Hello, I'm Johnny Casino's hat.
That was messy. Hey, how's it going? Forgot to put this on and set the microphone. 19th of November. I'm having fun at home. Got the little puppy here. I dress like a lumberjack almost daily now. I got this fleece at Target. It's warm. What can I say? I enjoy it. I feel comfortable in it. I have two of them because Liz liked it so much she started wearing it when we went on this little trip. Uh, where did we go? I forget where we went. We stayed in someone's B&B 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was on a barn, and like when you open the door to go out on the patio, like for your morning coffee, like there's chickens and a duck that just run up to you and are like, "Hey, how's it going? Would you feed us?" And like the owners actually left a little box of treats for us, treats, scratch for feeding the chickens and the hens and the whatnot. They had other animals on the farm. We just didn't really want to interact too much with them. I think we were allowed to, uh, but at the same time, when we were around, they tended to be tending to their livestock, so it was kind of be in the way. Like, hey, can I pet your calf now? I know you're trying to fix its broken foot, but can I touch it? It wasn't broken. Nothing's wrong. Yeah, buddy, what's up? He's way different today than the last few days where he just sits. We went to, hey, I know daddy's up really high. I sit on a kind of a bar stool my friend Carolyn gave me. It's a nice cushioned bar stool. I don't know where it came from. It looks like a Lane Bryant sort of fancy schmancy sort of seat. I like it though. It became my throne. I kind of sit it here and keep court. You can get up there. Sometimes he falls off the couch. I wish I had some footage of that. I'll take some footage on the phone maybe. Yeah. We'll just talk about it. We had a weird walk today, and it's something I'm going to have to get used to as a dog owner, is that random people are going to want to talk to you because they see you have a dog. And so I'm just walking him over by the ballpark, Rayleigh Field, or what is it called now? Like a health park or something weird. Uh, was over by the baseball park, and there's this like long stretch of space there on the sort of close to I guess I don't know what street that is, but it's river. It might be River View or something like that. And we just like to walk up and down that. He gets a little bit of exercise, gets to smell different things, and does his business. And it's a little bit more fun that for me anyway than walking around our apartment complex, which just seems to be crowded these days with people walking by and other dogs that he interacts with. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. He never gets like fighty. He just gets more like, hey, don't come near me, or hey, identify yourself. You better speak up to me. Yeah. What's crazy is that I'm just noticing all the wrinkles in my forehead, and I feel very 39 right now. So Max, which we've named Maximum Overbite because he's an overbite, like me, but his is like insanely pronounced. And I were walking around, and I pull over sort of to the medium of there's like grass on both sides of the sidewalk, so I get on the outer side towards the street more to let the people pass by who are going to walk by. I didn't want to have to do an interaction. I'm keeping social distance. I didn't have a mask on because I was like trying to be very much secluded, and I should have probably carried my mask with me. And the guys from kind of far away starts going, "Oh, baby, so sweet. Oh, look at the sweet doggy. Oh, sweet doggy." Kind of like I didn't know if he was Persian or Mexican. It was kind of one of those weird blend. Like he could have been Persian or Mexican, or just a tan white guy with a slur. I don't know what he was. But him and his old lady walk up to me, and he starts immediately goes, "Is like, oh, you feed him dog food?" And I was like, "Of course." What the fuck else? No, I starve him. Yes, I feed him dog food. And then he starts telling me, he's like, "Oh, you don't want to feed him dog food. My dogs all got cancer." And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I think you're the cancer. I think it's you. And he started telling me like how to he's like, yeah, just chop up some ham, cook some meat, chop it up, give it to him, and there you go. And I was like, oh, all right, man, thanks. He's like, hey, he's not neutered. I was like, well, it was a couple days ago. What's the problem? It's like, what was? It's like, yes, he is neutered. You're still seeing a sack because his sack was so massive that even though they removed his testicles, he still has a giant ball sack. It's weird. He's currently grooming himself quite feverishly. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's going. He wants to go for his balls. No, he does. Don't you do it. Okay, good boy. He is a really good boy. We went to the after that scenario. I was like, well, you deserve a treat. So I took him to pet store and we tried to pick up some. He's real good in the pet store. He doesn't like grab at things. He kind of like sniffs a thing. He doesn't give anything too much attention though. Like I even grabbed a toy and was like wiggling it in front of his face, like, here, do you like that? And he's just sort of like, all right. And I put it in the bag and I get something. I'll say, you like this? What about this? He's like, oh, all right, man. Nothing out of him. Just no response. So I was like, all right. So I got some of the things and we go home. Because then I had to go to the grocery store. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the first time I'm leaving him actually alone. No one else around, it's just him. Max is gonna be alone in the apartment. Holy shit. So I set up his new toys, put them out for him. He kind of like touched each one of them, settled on the Kong Kong makes made a Christmas chew toy bone that it's really hard. Like, so you need a dog needs to actually bite to make it squeak, which I thought was good. And it's got like the tennis ball material felt on the outside, so it has multiple facets to it that I thought this is gonna be good for the dog to chew on. It's rubberized, so I can throw it. Not gonna really bump. It can bounce around a little bit, that sort of thing. So I got that for him. That's what he loves. That seems he keeps going back to that. And then I fed him, and Liz and I have been going back and forth about when his feeding time is, because he only gets about two and a quarter cup of his food a night, and he likes a little, or a day per day. And he likes a little water mixed in, right? I guess the water activates the smells coming off in the meats or the of the kibble, so it actually tastes palatable. Because if you put it in dry, he'll ignore it. If I add like a quarter cup of water to it and swish it around, he'll eat the whole thing up. Anyway, we get home from the pet store and the walk, and I was just like, you know what? Let me feed you, because you have eaten since last night. Let me feed you, and then I'll go to the grocery store and do what I got to do. So I fed him, and he ate super quick. Like, he didn't throw up or anything. He's done. He's done eating already. And now I'm like, is that all he needs? Is this for real? I know, and I'm trying not to think as a person thinks. Whereas, yeah, I eat dinner, but 2 hours after dinner, if I'm a little hungry, I'm gonna have some crackers or something. Have a cookie. Maybe hours later is when I go for my dessert, my dish of ice cream or something, right? He doesn't get to do that. He has the food that he eats and he eats it, and then he has to wait till there's more. And the occasional random reasons that I or Liz will give him a treat. That's a hard way to live, where like you're food insecure slightly. You know, the people that love you and pet you and keep you warm and call you sweet boy and play with you and all that stuff. I'm looking at him as he looks at me. That we will give you more. Um, food again. Like you're never gonna starve, but you're never gonna get to have a big old endless bowl of food because I don't want you to get sick and fat. Or fat. I want you to be the correct weight. I don't know if I'm walking you enough. You look like you'd be a good sturdy dog for a hike. Um, weather's changing right now, and I'm not feeling so good about going out um, up into hillsides and mountains with the dog still healing. So by the time he's done with his the neutering healing, we're gonna get to the part of the season where it's not really smart to take your dog out on trails anymore because it's bad weather. Opportunistic animals are out about that sort of thing. Uh, so I don't know what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do with this little doggy? But he loves going in the car. He loves it, and I'll just keep taking him on the long walk that I take him on. Sorry, I'm distracted. I look the window and I see neighbors. I should probably put the blinds down so I can't see, but that, like I said, I explained once before, the natural light's really nice. It works far better than when I actually put lights on. We're gonna go with Christmas stuff kind of early. We're gonna start getting our Christmas gear assembled. I've explained before. It was stolen before. All of our Christmas stuff was stolen, so we're rebuilding. This area where I had a computer table set up where we never ever sit down to actually do anything. I'm probably gonna just get rid of that desk, and that area is gonna be where we put the tree, and it's actually gonna be really cool because we can actually go for the full size we want instead of the smaller size. We're actually gonna go for an 8-footer that's gonna be about with a 5-foot circumference, so it's gonna be kind of a big bushy tree. And Liz is going to decorate it up. She's got her style planned out. I'm excited to see it. She's excited to do it. Oh, she got a job promotion. I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her. So yeah, yeah, she really deserves it. She's a hard worker, good person. Love love her so much. Um, the turkey. I got a small turkey this year. I usually get like a 22 pounder or something ridiculous. I literally spent. I got a turkey that was 97 cents a pound, and I got a 15-pound turkey. So I only paid like $15 and change for the turkey. It doesn't look like the greatest turkey in the world, but I'm pretty damn good at making turkeys great. So I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm going to be able to. I think I might not brine it this year. I normally do the turkey brine. And which turkey brine? Well, if you don't know what you're doing when you're brining, simply find Alton Brown's brining directions. His seem to be pretty good, but now I've seen a lot of different ones. There's dry brining versions of it almost, where you just put it in a bag, seal the bag. Then it actually makes it a lot easier for a lot of people because most people weren't enjoying the brine idea because they were like, "Well, what the hell am I supposed to do? I don't. I'm going to put it in a bucket with ice outside. My house is piping hot because I'm piping in heat because it's cold. I'm going to put it outside. I'm going to have raccoons and God knows what else come up on my porch. Hell no. I did do that in Massachusetts a couple times. Made turkey that way, and everyone loved how that came out. But it was kind of a. It was like, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to come up on this deck and try to eat this. I guess because it wasn't cooked and because it was in salty water that it sort of just avoided scent detection because we've got anything when in that house it's like right just like a mile outside of Boston. We've had weird things. Of course, we have turkeys, but like raccoons, um, rabbits, possums. I guess the coyotes were the weird, or wolves were the weird thing. I don't know if they were coyotes, but yeah, especially I think during the pandemic and things being quieter, stuff came down out of the wilderness because the highways weren't as busy, so they weren't as freaked out by them. They kind of used the highways and walked into town. It was crazy. It was crazy. There was peacocks everywhere. Imagine that. Imagine there's peacocks everywhere. You're just like, you go out to your car, like, it's fucking peacocks off my fucking car. I didn't have to go that extreme about the peacocks. I'm sorry. Why did was it CBS change their name to the Peacock? They changed their name up on online on their streaming service, and they wanted to be the Peacock, and I think that's dumb. It just sounds stupid. It's not a big deal. I'll probably still subscribe to it. I don't know. What shows are on there right now besides like Picard and Discovery? I don't know how you feel about Picard, but I'm disappointed. I really wanted it to be as if we could. I, for the most part, they legitimately were able to bring in the TNG characters. Here's the thing: you're dealing with TNG characters, and the most realistic we get to see them is through the movies that sort of more utilized the Enterprise again from that view, because you got to realize, like, okay, we've been seeing weird stuff. J.J. Abrams' Enterprise looks phenomenally superior to Kirk's Enterprise, even though from the other, I guess they describe that as like there's slight deviations in how technology evolved because of the time jump that happens. So I'm like, okay, cool, makes sense. I'm down. I'm down to sort of believe that, except for the Kelvin looked more futuristic than uh, anything from that era too. So that's my view. Uh, there's this guy who does a lot of really good YouTube videos. Shariba Tony, Michael Sharipa. He does Trek Actually, and then Trek Actually Not Actually. He does a bunch of these Star Trek things. They're fun to watch. He really goes in deep. He has really good like PowerPoint presentations, little clips from the show. He gets around, and he's clever. I think he gets around copyright with music and sound by playing like music that sounds a lot like it, and then not playing the audio from the show, but just showing the clip, and then and then like speaking out like the line from the clip that he wants to do an exposition on or whatever. And I think he's really fun. Shout out to him. Sorry, I don't know your name correctly. My phone is not near me. Otherwise, I pull up my channels, and I do subscribe to you. So, shoot, fanboying over Star Trek. But oh yeah. But the point I wanted to make is the show doesn't feel like TNG at all, which I knew it wouldn't, but it doesn't feel like TNG evolved either, which is what I wanted it to feel like. It feels like one of them got a leak of what the Mandalorian was going to be like and thought, oh, let's do that, but forgot the weirdness is that we can almost Star Wars always looked ratchety. The Empire having such clean shit all the time is just a status thing. Their decadence. Our shit's super clean all the time. There's no grime or mildew. Our walls get scrubbed daily, sort of thing. Versus, real life. It's just like in real people, like the real highfalutin types live in houses where like things aren't really. There's no There's no idiosyncrasies. There's no personality, but I mean, like my house has got tchotchkes all over it. Little ones. I don't go overboard. I would love to have all of my walls have nothing but 12 by 12 cubbies in it, and I could fill my walls with things that interest me visually, that make me that I can look at a corner of. I used to be like this. You can look in the. I think I understand. This is where I want you to understand why the people who do the who super geek out and collect toys and comic books and stuff, like what they're really doing is we all do it to a smaller scale, but they just go like, no, this makes me feel okay. This stimulates my brain, and that's what matters most. What's stimulating your brain? Hopefully, this podcast stimulates your brain, but I don't think it does. I'm just here babbling straight to no one, not really doing anything. Probably just sounds sad. Oh, sad, sad Johnny. My teeth look horrible. Ugh, ugh. I need to whiten them. I need to drink more water. Ugh, dry. My water intake is below average today. Did the grocery shopping right. So the turkey's gonna be okay. I don't know if I'm gonna brine it or if I'm just gonna do like rub butter on it. And got snacks, beverages, and yeah. Gonna make cheesesteak sandwiches for dinner. Cheesesteak sandwiches, ladies and gentlemen. Cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks. All right. Well, I've been in the middle of watching the Joe Rogan Experience, episode 1567 with Donald Rawlings and Dave Chappelle. I am at 2 hours and 8 minutes in. No Dave Chappelle. It's just been Donald Rawlings this whole time. So I think Dave just sits down in the last 30 seconds and says, "Oh, what up?" and then he leaves. I think that's gonna be, and it would be funny as fuck if that's the whole show. I hope so, because it's a 3.5 hour show. I hope it's just like, what's oh yeah, what's happening, dog? And then he just leaves. All right, everybody. I thought my neighbors were gonna freak out and yell. No, okay, we're good. No neighborly screams. Max. Hey, Max. Can I pick you up and show you? Can I show you off, Max? Max, can I show you off? 1 second. This is Max. Max. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Aren't you, Maxie? On camera. He's like, I just want to go back to bed. Okay, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for being there. He is not amused.